I've never really been a confident person. I'm typically very shy and have a hard time saying what I'm really thinking. Interacting with other people has never been a strength of mine. I struggled so much talking to people in general that I switched from an in-person school to online because interacting with others was just that much of a challenge for me. While it was easier during my school years, it probably did stunt my mental growth just a bit, and if anything, probably made interacting with others even harder. All I ever really did growing up was just play games and watch TV. I wasn't a shut-in as I did leave the house when necessary, but if I ever had a choice, staying inside was definitely preferred. Because of such little life experience, it made me very self-conscious and really start to worry about myself. I was one of those people who turned 19 and just decided that life was over. I already messed up my life and there was nothing I could do to salvage it. When I was in high school, I saw this video by Murder of Birds reacting to Joker from Persona being added to Smash Bros. I didn't know what Persona was and I never cared about Smash, but I always liked his videos and decided to watch it anyway. He seemed very enthusiastic about this Joker fellow being added, and that made me curious about the Persona series. So I bought it on my PS4, played the first half hour, and then just completely forgot it existed. Then, multiple years later, in September of 2022, I had recently gotten my hands on a PS5, and while looking at games to download, I noticed Persona 5 again and went, oh yeah, I spent $60 on that game, I might as well play it. I then proceeded to pick the game back up, and I didn't set it down until the credits rolled. Looking back, I have no idea how I even came to like Persona in the first place. I absolutely loathe turn-based combat. I wished so bad that I liked Pokemon. I really do. And when I play the first hour or two of a Pokemon game, I do have fun, but it just gets so boring so fast. You're just doing the same thing over and over again, and my little Zoomer brain just can't handle it. After a very short period, it just becomes menu simulators, and I start to lose meaning of what the game actually is. Visual novels, too, are incredibly mind-numbing to me. If I wanted to read a book, there are a million other ways I don't strain my eyes staring at a bright screen for multiple hours, slowly wearing down my left mouse button in the process. I'm a big proponent for gameplay coming first in a video game, so I don't really consider visual novels to be such, but some might disagree with me on this. There should be no reason someone like me should like Persona. It takes two forms of gameplay that I do not like and puts them together into one game. Realistically speaking, this game should be my absolute nightmare, so it's a complete miracle I came to love this game as much as I did. Perhaps it's due to the way the game presents itself. Its art direction and overall style are completely unseen in JRPGs that I've played previously, which admittedly weren't a lot, but it was very captivating from the beginning. I've seen some people clown on the in medias res opening of the game in the casino, but I think it's absolutely fantastic at showing you the kind of style this game is going for, and in my case did a very good job at keeping me entertained. At least the second time around. Perhaps the fact that it spoon-feeds me each form of gameplay at a time so I don't get bored of it could be a factor as to why I enjoy the game. Maybe I don't hate turn-based combat or visual novels. Maybe I can only put up with so much of it at a time, and smaller, healthy doses like Persona keep me entertained. Perhaps I should just give a brief rundown on what Persona 5 is to both get everyone up to speed and to artificially increase the video length. Persona 5 revolves around a group of teenagers who gain the powers of Persona and are able to infiltrate people's mind palaces in order to brainwash them to conform to their ideals. Pretty based if you ask me. Throughout the game, you'll encounter multiple baddies with no redeeming qualities who end up threatening one of your future team members, and you're given a time limit on how long you have to stop the baddie or suffer game over. Do I really need to go over the gameplay? It's exactly what you'd expect. Turn-based JRPG combat in visual novel life simulator. Chances are if you're watching this, you know what Persona is. The protagonist of this game, Joker, is designed to be a blank slate character for the player to project themselves onto, but to be honest, I've never been interested in doing that. Instead, I've always liked creating a personality and putting that onto the protagonist instead of myself, because, to be honest, if I just self-inserted, Joker would be a guy who gets angry at video games and burps a lot. Not a very interesting protagonist, if you ask me. I think the fandom of Persona 5 has decided that Joker is this guy who just tries really hard to be funny, but no one laughs at his jokes and has a heart of gold. What I'm going to say might sound cringe at first, but to be honest, if I cared about being cringe, I never would have uploaded my villainess video. I've always liked the "he's literally me" meme, but like in a cute, ironic way. I would look at Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2 and be like, he's just like me, for real, for real.
I'm such a rock star.
But we all know we're nothing like those people. The ones who say they're just like Ryan Gosling couldn't be further from him, and I'm no different. When I put this personality I came up with onto Joker, instead of going, he's just like me, it made me take a step back, look at my life, and think, I can be just like him. When I said I can be just like the main character, I didn't mean in a literal way, but more how he goes about things and what he does in his everyday life. I get profusely angry at video games, something you can see for yourself if you watch my old For Honor videos. Then the thought came to me, this isn't something a main character like Joker would do. I haven't touched For Honor in months because I realize how ridiculous it is to get unnecessarily mad at games. And looking back, I want to stab myself in the skull with a chewed pencil for doing such. With that said, my rage compilations I made a while back are still funny, I think, so maybe something good did come out of my tantrums. I came to the realization that there is nothing stopping me from being just like that character I think is really cool. If you take out the Phantom Thief stuff, Joker's just a dude. A person who I'm fully capable of being. I'm the one holding myself back. I was too scared of how I was perceived to even try to enjoy life. I'm still a somewhat recent adult, and one of the shocking revelations of becoming an adult is realizing most people just don't give a damn about you or what you're doing. All those things I was afraid of doing are perfectly normal to most, and the rest just don't even care to begin with. It also helps if you just treat everyone like an NPC. I mean, you're never going to see most of these people again. Who cares what you do around them? A main character is a very social person. They know how to get along with others, but unfortunately for me, I can't even look people in the eyes when talking. I've recently gotten into the Warhammer tabletop game, not just because I like the world and characters, but because I thought it would also be a way for me to meet new people who are interested in the same things I am. The results are varying, but it is most definitely a start for me. I would try to interact with my coworkers more, but everyone there is minimum 20 years older than me, so I have no idea how to go about socializing with them. I know it's kind of silly to want to improve just to be more like a fictional character, but if that motivation helps me grow and gain more life experience, then it can't be as stupid as it sounds. At the very least, I'm not dressing up in black trench coats, doing silly poses, and threatening people with airsoft guns. At least I chose the right parts of Joker to attach to. One of the things the individual Phantom Thieves struggle with throughout the game is what they want to do and where their place is in the world. Something everyone has thought about at some points. I too thought what it is, what I want to do, but everything really just came up empty. I had no particular passions or skills I could think of, and nothing really excited me. I can't say for certain what I think my place is in the world yet, but that doesn't mean I've given up. I'm still very young. I have my whole life ahead of me. It's okay to take things slowly. The answer isn't going to come to me right away. For all I know, there is some hidden passion of mine I've yet to discover. Persona helped me realize that actually trying, looking for my own purpose, isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Most people are usually just worrying about themselves first, so the things you do usually don't hold a large space in their minds. And if they do, it's most likely not for very long. As long as you're not interfering with others, people don't really care what you're up to. One of my coworkers recently got in trouble for starting an argument with another while I hid in a corner and read a light novel for 2 hours on company time, and I got a raise. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm doing something right, I guess. Playing this game made me realize that while I do have issues holding me back, preventing me from being my ideal person, there's also nothing stopping me from solving said issues. I can theoretically do anything I want. The only thing that's holding me back is me. It's definitely easier said than done, but at the end of it all, I can look back at main character of Persona 5, John a Joker Persona, and say, he's just like me, for real, for real. Alright, allow me to be completely honest with you. Everything I've said up till now has been a complete lie. I haven't tried improving my life and becoming a better person because I was inspired by the themes or main character of the game. Everything I've done to make myself a better person, it was all for her.
I want to be with you.
The person I used to be was unworthy of Makoto. I had to improve, otherwise what was even the point of living? Makoto could never accept someone like that, and so I needed to make an effort if I ever wanted to stand a chance. All I can hope for is height isn't an issue for her. I'm not very tall, so if I want to stand a chance, I'll have to start dwarf maxing. If I can't make Makoto happy, then this will all be for nothing. Who cares about passions and goals if my make-believe girlfriend won't even love me back? That is why I must improve. This is my motivation. Nothing else matters. So long as I can achieve this one goal, then everything will have been worth it. And so that is how Persona 5 made me want to change for the better. It wasn't just 5 that did that. 4 and 3 had a huge impact on me as well. I don't think the other two are inferior in any way. I never understood why people feel the need to put other games down if they like a certain one. They all have their ups and downs, and it's okay to say you like one without hating all the others. Hell, I'm probably more capable of finding faults with Persona 5 than I am the others because I love it so much. I mean, the SIU director is a pointless character, Morgana's arc with Haru is dumb and rushed, and the game is complete bullshit for not letting me romance Sai. But despite all that, it is still my favorite. And to think, all this happened because I watched a reaction video of a Smash Bros. DLC. I only watched Murder Birds because of his Ruby videos, so if you really think about it, my desire to change and be better actually came from Ruby, since without it, I might not have discovered Persona. God damn it, the series will never fucking leave me.